Will your work be remembered in 50 years? Why does it even matter? Stay tuned and find out.
Welcome.
Okay, here's the question.
Serious?
How are we dark horses? You know, the ones everyone is betting against, the ones they don't expect to win, place, or even show on the track, and they'll even laugh on us when we talk about trying. How do we show the world our greatness and triumph?
Come on.
Well, that's the question, and this podcast will give you the answers.
Let's go.
This is The Dark Horse Entrepreneur. My name is Tracy Brinkman.
And push it up.
What is up? What is up? What is up, my dark horse friends and family? Welcome back to another dose of Leaving a Legacy Learning. I'm your dark horse host, Tracy Brinkman. I've been in the coaching, course creation, online space since like the 90s. Oh my God, I'm dating myself. So I got a little bit of experience under my belt, and yet I'm still learning. And I'm here to share with you what I have learned and what I am still learning about course creation, coaching, entrepreneurship, and infopreneurship. Who are you? Well, that, my friend, is infinitely more important. You are a driven entrepreneur, more specifically, an infopreneur with or seeking a coaching and online course model in business. Or maybe you're just hoping to have one of those very, very soon. Either way, you're here because you're ready to start, restart, kickstart, or just start leveling up with some great marketing, personal, and business tips and results in order to build that beautiful business of yours into the empire it absolutely deserves to be. And that's why I'm here hitting you with another solo success episode as we dive deep into your infopreneurship and course creation success with actionable advice, tips, and steps designed to help you level up. Because as you already know, there are no shortcuts to success except for taking those little steps towards your goal every single day. Now, I started this episode off with a question: will your work be remembered in 50 years? And I thought about this because back in the 70s, my God, I'm really dating myself now, aren't I? Back in the 70s, there was a show in Britain, and it was called Are You Being Served? Now, this show, it was a sitcom, and it took place in a men's and women's apparel section of a department store. This department store was called The Grace Brothers. Now, you can still find episodes of this today on YouTube. Scroll down, check it out, right? Give a couple of episodes a listen. But here's what I want you to do. Go down and read the comments, and you'll find that people who have just discovered this are falling in love with this show for the first time here in 2022. Yeah, 52 years later. Now, this got me thinking. Every single one of those actors, at least the leading actors that were on this show, and I believe there was like 10 of them, they're all gone, right? And yet, here they are, 52 years later, still bringing joy to others via this show. So here's another thing. It's not just the actors. How about the writers, the directors, and everyone else that was involved in the show to make the show and bring the show out there to you today, right? And this took me back to some of the shows I used to enjoy, and there were so many of them, right? We're talking about the Mork and Mindy show. You know, God bless. Robin Williams was an incredible creative actor and did some amazing things, and, you know, he was instrumental in the creation of that show. How about the Mary Tyler Moore show? This is also from the 70s. The last three remaining actors on that show died within the past 12 months, I believe it was, right? Ed Asner passed away, Gavin MacLeod is gone, and most recently, the amazing Betty White has departed. Now, I bet that every second of the year, someone out there is laughing at the Mary Tyler Moore gang. I can remember giggling my behind off. See, it's shows like this that make people feel good, right? It allows them to forget their troubles for 30 minutes, for an hour or so they can just relax and have a few laughs. I'm a big fan of making people laugh and having a good time. And I'm not one of the ones that want you to hide in it, but certainly there's a benefit, physical as well as mental, in having a good, hard guffaw. And so take a minute and ask yourself the question I asked myself. What is your legacy going to be? What do you want your legacy to be? What are you working towards to make that legacy become what it is you want it to be? And, think about it for a minute, right? Money is fine, but at the end of the day, when I'm gone, no one's going to care whether I made $1 million or $10 million or a gazillion, or if I just made $10, unless I do something with that money, unless I do something with the moments I have on this planet. A person's legacy can be like a beloved book, like a great movie, or a fund that helps people, or even a movement that changes people's lives, right? Don't get all bogged down in making the money, right? And here's another thing. While we do get bogged down in making a living, we definitely need to remember the fact that there will be a day when we are no more. And what do you want to leave behind? What will be your legacy to the world, to your children, to anyone within your sphere of influence? Pause for a moment. And I'm not trying to get you all deep and woo-woo-ish here, but I want you to think just for a moment. If you were gone tomorrow, would you be happy with what you left behind? And if the answer in the smallest amount is no, then man, get up off your behind and start taking action today. Right? We can listen to all the amazing podcasts that there are on the planet, but if we don't do a damn thing with any of the advice that we get, whose fault is that? If there are people within our sphere of influence that we can help, and we haven't reached out with a hand, with our heart, with our mind, to do that, to give those folks a hand up, not a hand out, a hand up, then whose fault is that? Now, we only have so much time left on this planet. Whatever your time is, you may have 50 more years. God willing, I have 50 more years in front of me, and that's fine. But think about it this way. I was at a presentation many, many months ago. Someone, I can't remember the presenter that gave this little analogy, but he said that I don't have 50 more years. I have 50 more times. And here's what I mean by that. If you go fishing with someone you love once a year, right? Maybe you get together with your dad, your brother, your son, and you go fishing once a year. Well, you don't have 50 more years to go fishing. You have 50 more times. Or maybe the number is 20. Ooh, yeah. Now it makes you look at it a little differently. I don't have 20 more years. I only have 20 more times that I get to go fishing with my son, with my father. My father's gone. I don't get to do anything with him anymore. And I miss that. I don't get to hear his laugh. And I'm not trying to make you feel sorry for me. I'm just trying to drive home the point. You don't have 20 years. If you do something once a year, you have 20 times. And then next year, you're only going to have 19. And the year after that, you're going to have 18. And how fast have you seen the years fly by for you and for those you love in the past few years? It seems like to me that when you're young, you can live forever and the years take forever to go by, right? How many of us can remember being 12, waiting what seemed like forever to be 13, finally to be a teenager. And then you get into your 30s and what happens? All of a sudden, wait a minute, I'm 40. Now, whoa, I'm 50. It seems like as you get older, the time seems to start flying by faster. So I ask again, what do you want to leave behind? What will your legacy be to those you love, to those that you don't even know, right? Do you want to give someone some guffaws and some laughs later on in life? Do you want them to remember you for your wisdom? Do you want them to remember you for your humor? Do you want them, not even remember you, but just get off their butts and do something? Whatever it may be, I want you to get out there and start doing that today, right now. Stop listening to me. Hey, Tracy's babbling now. I'm going to stop listening to him. He made his point 3 minutes ago. I'm out. All right? In the meantime, I'm going to leave you as I always do. Think successfully and take action.
Thank you for listening to the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
Thanks for tuning in.
check us out at www.darkhorseschooling.com.
All right.
My name is Tracy Brinkman.